Hello everybody. Today I find myself in the back seat of a Rolls-Royce Wraith, and I just want to give you a short impression of what I think about this car. First we have the very beautiful, gorgeous looking Starlight headliner. I think it's really, like, at night it's beautiful. Even during the day you can still see it. And the stars are, some of them are brighter, some of them are darker. It's really, really gorgeous looking. This one is finished in a red and black interior. Don't know the actual name of the interior color, but I would just say it's gorgeous. With the piping here and the gray embroidery on the headrests, very beautiful. So, since we're already in the back seat, let me tell you about back seat space in the Wraith. I have the driver's side seat set to my position where I'm very comfortable. Also the driver's seat, they're pretty much lined up, and there's enough room here. It's not a 7 Series in terms of room. I would say it's very similar to a 5 Series, like the F Generation 5 Series. I know the G has more rear seat room. Very gorgeous back here. You have your climate control, very old-fashioned, no buttons, no... One thing I do miss in the back is there's no heated or cooled seats. I don't know if that's an option on the Wraith. This one surely doesn't have it. It's just very minimalistic here in terms of buttons. You just have your climate control settings, your temperature, and then you have your air vents. Very nice weight to these controls. If you pull it out one click, the air only comes out of here. 2 clicks comes out of both vents. If you pull it further, it only comes out of this vent. It's a very, very nice feel to it, and nothing rattles or squeaks. It's really, really a step up from Mercedes. It's really a step up from Mercedes. Also Bentley. Very beautiful finished cup holders here. I do find that the black panels this car has in the interior, they're very beautiful, but they scratch way too easily. It's just like the piano black trim on the BMWs. It just scratches very quick. Literally, you cannot clean it without scratching it, and it does become dirty very quick. And you have your ashtray back here, which has been clearly used, and a very big center console here with 2 charging ports. Other than that, there's no... Oops, this is already, like, yeah, see, this is what I mean. Like, this car is about a year old and it's already... Look, it's like... I mean, this car has, I think, 11,000 miles on it, and I mean, I'm very much a perfectionist when it comes to these kind of cars, because you're paying about... I don't know what the base price is on this. This is the Wraith Black Badge, which is a special edition. Comes with a little more torque and blacked out exterior, and I think also oh yeah, it also comes with carbon fiber wheels, which you don't want to curb. And still, after 1 year, these kind of things don't really work anymore, at least sometimes. See, now the button is stuck. I mean, really, it's a little... I think there's room for improvement there. Other than that, one downside of sitting in the back, you do not have a way to open the door. So even if you do fold the seat forward, which is, by the way, covered in very soft and beautiful leather, you cannot really reach the door handle. It's really hard to get out of here. Which, then again, the Wraith is not the Rolls-Royce to be chauffeured in, but I think they should have made it a little easier. And also with the rear hinge doors, even if you do reach the door handle, it's very hard to open the door because you don't have any leverage if you push here. So you have to really put your whole body weight on it. And then if you're lucky, or I mean unlucky, and you're on a hill, the door is gonna just slide open and bang against the wall. So I think the door stopping mechanism that holds the door should be a little stronger, because it does not really work on a hill. All right, let's take a look at the passenger seat of the Wraith. Very beautifully finished door sills here, metal door sills, the Wraith with the Infinity logo there. Gotta love those carpets, very soft. Got the black badges here, very good looking wheels, 29 inch. This car is finished in a gray. It's very similar, in my opinion, to the Porsche Kreide Grau. Very beautiful color, especially with the red interior. Okay, let me show you the passenger seat. Also one complaint, Rolls-Royce. If you do use the very useful button to close the door, which by the way doesn't work on an incline, the door shuts very hard. Well, actually no, it didn't. Sometimes it does. Usually it does. Maybe. See, now it shut really hard. Maybe if you open it all the way, it doesn't. That could be the case. Yes, if you do open the door all the way, it shuts smoother. That's good to know. Like you see, the panels scratch very easily. And I, by the way, just dusted these down about 10 minutes ago. And there's already dust on it. Again, so. But I do like the black trim better than wood. I'm not a fan of wood, even in a luxury car. And I'm definitely not a fan of carbon fiber in a Rolls-Royce. That's more of a Bentley thing, I think. Very beautiful front seat here. The seats are very comfortable. Like, they're very soft. You don't have a lot of adjustments to the seat. You basically can only tilt the backrest, and then you can tilt the seat, and you can of course move it forwards and backwards. I do love the design in here. All these little touches, like the way this panel flows into this one, the kind of edge on this glove box, which is by the way very soft. And I love that the dash kind of swoops over the this panel. It's very beautiful in here. So down here you have your climate control, which is very old-fashioned Rolls-Royce. I do like it a lot though. It has a very nice feel to it. You go soft, medium, high, max, but I usually leave it on soft. And you have your temperature control here. This car comes with cooled and heated seats, which, just like BMWs, you can have on both, which is actually sometimes kind of useful. If you're a little sweaty but also kind of cold, you can, you can warm up and also dry up. iDrive, I don't know what it's called in the Rolls-Royce, but it's clearly the iDrive generation. What is it called? Let's see, the Evo, I think it is. Pretty sure it's called the Evo. With this black badge, I think comes with a black background. Usually it's white in Rolls-Royces, if I'm correct. I do feel that the resolution is better than in BMWs, but that might just be because of the theme. Let's go to navigation. So if you know how to operate a BMW iDrive, this is exactly the same. Very beautiful graphics here. This car has a very good sound system. I know that this is the base sound system. This does not have the, I'm not sure if it's the Bang & Olufsen or the Bauer & Wilkins. I'm pretty sure this is the Harman Kardon, which is, I hope, standard on Rolls-Royces. And it's a very nice sound. I think also the very well insulated cabin makes it sound better than, makes the components of the sound system sound better than in other cars, because it's just a very nice sound in here. There's no rattles or any vibration you feel. Here you've got the controls for the the Starlight roof. You can dim it, you can turn it off. This is, by the way, exactly transplanted from a F-Series BMW. It's exactly the same. I do wish they would have taken a different button, maybe separate buttons for the or some kind of nice rocker switch for the illumination of the Starlight roof, because this panel is, I don't know, it's not ideal. I think they could have done better. This is also plastic, not glass. I wish this was glass. And this is pretty sure this is also plastic. Yep. Also, the mirror is exactly the same as an F-Series BMW, which I wish they would have at least wrapped it in leather or used a aluminum kind of frame, or just make a frameless mirror like in the newer BMWs. Okay, let me show you the driver's side, which in this Wraith is definitely the place to be. Not to say that the passenger side is uncomfortable, but it's just a gorgeous looking car in this color, with the wheels, the black grille. It's not your grandpa spec Rolls, this one for sure. Doors open very wide, easy to get in and out, except for when you're on a hill and you find yourself not being able to reach the door. All right. Yeah, I think the dials are very beautiful, very old-fashioned. Of course, no rev meter, just a power reserve gauge, which I kind of like. I'm a big fan of these headlight controls here. You just focus here. They have a very nice weight to them, and it just feels very high quality. Same with these kind of switches. I wish they would have used this kind of switch for the Starlight, because this is a very nice feeling switch. Same thing, you've got your climate control here, very nicely finished in this satin chrome. This is definitely metal. Volume button feels very high quality too. Yeah, it's just a gorgeous car, to be honest, and it's, I don't want to say it's a blast to drive. It's very relaxing to drive, but on the same it's still, it feels a lot like a BMW. It feels like a big, heavy BMW, which is good because you still get very good handling. Believe it or not, I live up here in the canyons, and you can definitely keep up with you can keep up with the 911 in this car. It has very good handling. It's a very heavy car, but for the weight, it's got great handling. The steering is really light. Very light steering. The amount of road noise you have in here is very minimal. I wish it was less, because when you go over bumps you can still hear the bumps. I don't know if there's a way to make it not do that. Maybe the new Phantom is probably the new Phantom is better in that way. No, but this is it's a gorgeous car. One thing I love about these V12 cars is the starter noise. Just listen to this. Put your foot on the brake. Very smooth, no vibrations at all, and I just love that startup roar. It's not a roar, but just the noise of the starter. Of course, you have your Spirit of Ecstasy up there, which you can lower with the press of a button. I don't know why you would do that, but maybe for less wind noise on the freeway. Heads-up display, a little bit of a different font to a BMW, but very exactly the same layout. I do love this digital portion of the dash right down here. Very classy looking. Like, you have analog up here and then digital down here. The way it kind of swoops over. Do love these little details, like this piece of chrome right here. And yeah, it's just gorgeous. It's a gorgeous car. Very old-fashioned controls right here, just like in the first generation Phantom. Well, not the first generation, but the first BMW Phantom. Very nice. But again, I do wish there was a way to open the doors from the back seat. Maybe a button to open it would be nice. All right, so this is my review of my impressions of the Phantom Black Badge. I do really enjoy driving this car, and I can definitely see myself owning a Rolls-Royce in the very near future. Probably a Ghost. Very beautiful. It's got a very spacious trunk. Don't know if I like those exhaust tips. I wish it didn't have an exhaust. Very interesting. We got three pipes on the side. Very good looking. Very cool. All right. Let's just look at that view inside the interior. The red and the gray. By the way, this is all covered in leather back here. All right, so this is my review of the Wraith Black Badge. Very nice car. Let me know what you think. Bye.